Hello viewers, welcome to my lecture once again. Today I'll be showing you how to use user form in Excel VBA and how to use the Activex controls in the user forms, and also how to interact with the worksheet cells using those Activex controls. So let us go to the developer tab and go to Visual Basic Editor, and from the insert tab let us insert our first user form, and that is called user form 1 by default. And along with the user form you'll also get this toolbox, and under the toolbox you'll get some controls. Okay, so today I'll be talking about this user form and some of the features of the Activex controls. Right, so let us close this window and talk about this user form first. Go to the properties. You can change the name of the form to something else, your first form or something like this, and then you can change the caption as well. Okay, name doesn't change the caption. To change the caption you'll have to write something here like learning user form in VBA or something like that. Okay, you can also change the back color of this form by going to this tab, changing the color from the palette. Personally I like the system color button face, and that is quite nice. And you can do many other things changing these properties here. We'll talk about those things later on. First of all, let us try using some Activex controls here. So this is object browser and this is your toolbox. Okay, you can keep your toolbox on this side, and let us pick up the simplest toolbox from the controls. Simplest controls from the toolbox. So click on this text box here and drag it, put it on the form, and take another one, put it here. Okay, let us see the properties of these text boxes. So the properties, the first one is called text box 1, that is the name. Just keep the name in mind. And the second one is called the text box 2. Okay, and other things let us keep it as they are now. We should not focus on those things right now. Okay. And now we are going to write some code with these text boxes. In the first text box, double click and you'll get a sub procedure structure here, and it is called text box 1 change. Okay, so whenever there will be a change in the text box 1, an event will happen, and you are writing in code that cells 1 1 will be equal to whatever is written in text box 1. Okay, so let us try this first and let's see what it does. So you'll go to this Visual Basic Editor and click on your first form and run this form from here. Okay, there you go. This is your first Visual Basic application form. I click anywhere here, you'll see nothing happening, but you click something, you write something in the text box 1. For example, 12, it is also displayed in cells 1 1. You write 120, and that is also displayed in cells 1 1, and so on and so forth. So whatever you write in this box, it will be written in cells 1 1. For example, write text box 1, that will also be written in cells 1 1. So whatever you write here, that will go there. So through Activex control, and in this case it is a text box, through this text box control you are communicating with the cell 1 1 in the worksheet, which is in sheet 1. So let us close this and write something behind this text box now, and we want the change to be displayed in the next cell, that is in the first cell of column B or column 2. That will be equal to what? Will be equal to whatever is written in text box 2. Okay, so go back to Visual Basic Editor, click on the form and run this form from here. Write something here different. Okay, 1256, and write something here 3250. Okay, so 1256 is written in cells 1 1 and 3250 is written in cells 1 2. Okay, so it's kind of you're interacting with the cells in the worksheet using these Activex controls, and you must be able to appreciate that probably these Activex controls, especially the text boxes or any other Activex controls, will see what those Activex controls actually do. You should be able to enter data in the worksheet from this form without really entering the data directly in the worksheet. Okay, so that is a kind of simple demonstration. Gradually we'll learn, we'll go into more complex things gradually. So we have these two text boxes here. Okay, and also you can add labels alongside these text boxes. So this is label 1, and let us put another label alongside this text box. Okay, and you can change the properties, change caption, and let us write this as text box 1 so that we can understand it very easily. Okay, so the text box 1 is written alongside the text box 1, and also here we can write text box 2. So this is how you can use the labels in your form as well. So just run it and see how it appears. Right, it appears very nicely, and you can change the content in the text box again just to see if it is still working correctly. Yes, it is. Okay, right, so let's close it again, go back to this user form, and we want to add some more controls from here. What would you like to add? Let us click this option button, take this option button. Okay, so this is option button 1, and let us select another one or put another one from here and put it on this form. Okay, and let us call this option button, say this is for mail. If you click this option button, that means you are selecting male genders, and then in this one we write female. Okay, so these are the two option buttons here, and right. Okay, and let us see how it appears now. Run this. Those things are there. Let's keep those things like that, or you can just 201 and 230 and all these things. And now if you click on this, see this radio button is activated. If you click on this, okay, this one will be activated. So either this or that. It is the function of the option buttons, you know already from your experience of using other applications, right? But nothing is happening on the worksheet. Okay, so we'll have to write something behind these option buttons. Okay, so this is the subroutine for the option button. Once you click this option button, what will happen? You want to write in the first cell of column C that, what do you want to write? Because that is a male option, so we want to write male. Okay, okay, and okay, let's see. We go there. One, 2, 5, 5, 6, 0, and let us click on this mail now. See this mail. When you click on this mail option, mail appears in this cell. Okay, so close this. For the female as well, we'll write something similar. Okay, and sorry, form, run this and change these things if you like. If you don't like, don't bother. Click on this mail button. Mail appears there. click on the female button, female appears there. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying it. You're kind of interacting with the cells in the worksheet using the Activex controls. Okay, we can also add a checkbox. Okay, so let us add a checkbox from here and put it here, and this checkbox, let us change the caption. Where is the caption? Yes, change it here. So if you say this is like greater than 200, I don't know what that means, but let's put it like that and see how it appears there. Very nice. So if you can check it, but nothing is happening. Okay, you can check this one. This is okay, this is okay, and you can also change these numbers here, changing 2560 or 3. Yes, everything is okay. But when you click on this one, you can move this form anywhere else. Yeah, right, this. Okay, flexible. So you are clicking on this one, but nothing is happening on the worksheet because you didn't put any code behind it. Okay, so let's double click on it. So when you'll click this checkbox, what will happen? You want something to be written in cells 1, 5. Okay, 1, 4 is occupied with the female, so let us do something is 1, 5, and that should be equal to what? That should be equal to say we write hello. Okay, but that if you write text, that has to be put in close commas, right? Okay, and let's open the form again and click on this run button, and now if you check this box, see what happens. Wow, so everything is working. You have put one type of Activex control, that is the text box. You have used another type, which is label, and those labels are also showing here, and you have used 2 radio buttons or option buttons, and also you have used 1 checkbox, and all these are communicating with the cells very correctly. Okay, now let us change it a bit. We have 2 text boxes here. We'll just delete one, no problem. Delete this label, keep these option buttons here. Okay, and keep also this checkbox here. Okay, right. So we have 1 checkbox, 2 option buttons, and 1 text box. Okay, text box 2 is not there anymore. So what we now want to write is when you press or click option button 1, you want the text box 1 to be written mail. Okay, so mail will appear in the text box 1 instead of in cells 1, 3, and also for the option button 2, you want this to appear in text box 1. We'll see what happens. Okay, and also when you click checkbox, that will also appear in the text box 1. So everything will now appear in text box 1, and in text box 1 you said whatever happens or whatever is the content of text box 1, that should appear in cells 1, 1. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Oops. So let's see what happens now. We'll clear all these things. Go back to this user form. Okay, we have 1 text box, 1 label, 2 option buttons, and 1 checkbox. And let's see what code we have. Yes, everything is attached to text box 1, and from text box 1 we want things to be written in cells 1, 1. So open the user form, run it from here. that appears very nicely on the worksheet. Now if you write something here directly on the in the text box, say 125, that will appear, that is fine. But if you click on the mail button, it will appear in the text box, and from the text box it will appear in the cells 11. Okay, that is what you wrote in the code, please remember. Okay, that if this option button is clicked, then mail will appear in the text box, and in the text box one you said whatever appears here, that should be shown in cells 11. Similarly, if you click on female, see this changes here and that changes there. Okay, if you click on checkbox, it says hello here, and also the hello appears in the cells 11. That is a beauty, and that is a very powerful tool of ExcelVBA. With the user form, from the user form and using the Activex controls, you are interacting with the cells. That means if you want to enter data in a worksheet using this form, you can do it without directly entering the data in the worksheet. Okay. Now let us try something a bit different. Okay, so we'll close this editor window and clear this thing. We'll now put a protection in this worksheet. Okay, so we'll use protect sheet, and in the password you write something like 1234, and also password to proceed or confirm. Okay, so this is now password protected. If you want to write something, you can't write it here. Okay, all the cells are now protected, so nothing, it is not in any editable mode. You can't insert any any data in this worksheet anymore. So let us go to this Visual Basic editor. The form is open. Let us try to run it. Okay, and write something here. See, it is not taking it because the sheet is now password protected. So you can't enter data if the sheet is password protected. Okay, so we can overcome this problem, and let us see how we can do it. Okay, so we are going to add a line of code here in the text box one change. We are going to write sheets sheet 1. Okay, that is how you address the worksheets in ExcelVBA. So you'll have to use this syntax sheet 1. For example, for addressing the cells, we write cells 11, and this way this is the syntax for addressing a worksheet. Okay, so this is your name of the worksheet, and this is the syntax. So sheet 1, and then you say let me write it. I don't know if it will work. Password. Okay, so unprotect password, and then colon equal, and what was your password? Your password was 1234. So we are going to unprotect a worksheet if that is password protected and the password is known to you. You are the developer of the program, so of course it will be known to you. So let us try it now and go back to the form and try to run it. Okay, it appears fine. Now try to write something here. See, now it is working, because what this program is doing now is it is unprotecting the sheet first and then it is writing it. Okay, now if you close this form and go back again, run this and write something different. Okay, you can write it. So that means the protection is lost for once for all. Okay, so we have to repair the program as well. So this is we'll have to unprotect the worksheet using the password to get things done, and after the things are done, we'll protect this sheet again. Okay, let's see if it works. See, these are very interesting things you are learning and very useful as well. Okay, so let us write it protect instead of unprotect, and let's see if it works now. Okay, go back to the form, open the form and run it, write it 256. Okay, that is fine, it has written. Now close this one, and if you go back to the worksheet now, let us see what happens. You can't write. That means your sheet is now password protected. You can't alter this entry that has been made from the user form just a few minutes back. Okay, so that is another strength you have added to your program. Very simple thing. You unprotect it, write it from your user form. Okay, and after writing it, you just protect the sheet again. Okay, so that will protect all your data in the worksheet. Right, what else can we do? We can, let's see, we have written one data here, and let us go to this user form first. There are male, female, greater than 200 and all these things. Okay, okay, we can do actually many other things here. For example, you can add images on this form if you want. Like, click on this one. Okay, click on this one, and you should be able to get your image here, properties, and from properties you should go to the picture and go to the browsing window. Okay, and within this box you want to get this picture, say, right, and see it appears there. It doesn't make any sense to you, probably. It makes sense to many. So your user form now looks a bit different. Okay, with an image. You can put your image, you can put an image of the subject matter that is relevant to your form and all these things, right? So I've given you a very simple demonstration. You must have been thinking that do we always have to, for using this form, do we always have to go to this, let me close this window. Do you always have to go to this developer tab and then go to Visual Basic window, editor window, and then go there, select the select the user form, and then click on this run button? I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? It should not be that way. Let us see how we can do it in a simpler way. So let us unprotect this sheet first. Use the password called 1234. That is what I have used to protect it. And let us insert a tab here, a command button here. Okay, here or anywhere you like, here or there on top. Okay, resize it, and let us change the property here, the caption, and we are going to call it open form. Okay, so we are going to now we are going to open this form. Okay, and we need to change this back color because the back color is same as the column tabs. No, it's not changing. Okay, right, so we'll use the command button here to open the user form. Instead of going to developer tab and Visual Basic editor and all these things, we'll write a line of code here. Okay, we'll write a line of code here, and we'll write what we'll write in the command button. We'll write something. What is the name of this form? Name of this form is first form. Okay, what is happening? Oh my god. So we'll write a line of code here, and the name of the form is first form. Okay, that is the name, and we'll write a method called show. Okay, so the first form, show. We're going to go back to the worksheet and turn the design mode off, and instead of now going to this developer Visual Basic editor, we'll click on this button and see what it does. See, so the form is opened by the code written in the command button. So you can do it right from there, and you can now play with the buttons. Okay, and the text box, whatever you write in the text box, that will appear there. If you click mail, the mail will appear here, and also it will appear there. Select female, female, and female, greater than 200, hello. Okay, so it is working fine, and the image is still there, and the label is also still there. Right now, you might be thinking, is it possible, instead of, I mean, you don't want to use this command button, even you don't want to come to this worksheet and then click on a command button, which is obvious. I mean, that will of course open or show a form, but you want to get it done when the file will open. So you want to see the first form, or the form, if you have only one form, you want to see the form automatically when the file will be opened. So can we do it? Let's see. So I'm going to I'm going to go back to this Visual Basic editor, and in the editor, see on this Project Explorer, on the left side you have Microsoft Excel objects, sheet 1, sheet 2, and all these are the contents of this workbook. So we'll click on this workbook now, double click. Okay, and from the double click workbook, and in this tab you have to click on the, you have to select workbook. Okay, and then you will get this macro structure, and in the macro structure now you'll write the same thing, that is what, first form show. Okay, just keep it like that, close it, and nothing will happen now, but save it and exit from this file and open this file again. Okay, and now when it will open, it should appear along with the user form. See, you don't have to use any command button or anything like that. So the user form that you have just designed, that will pop up just the moment the Excel file will open. Okay, happy with that? Okay, so in my next lecture, I'll be coming with more user form related features, and we'll see how you can use user forms for many other purposes. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching this.